What is a brother?
A brother.
Brother.
A brother.
Brother.
Brother. A brother.
Brother.
Forged and sharp.
Who supports you.
Reliable. Full trust.
They'll protect you.
Hold me accountable.
A friend.
Could hear your pain through your sound.
And there to pick you up without judgment.
So brotherhood to me is a journey and not a destination.
Welcome to Brother Empowerment. What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
What's good, people?
It's Thursday, so you know what that means.
It's Brother Empowerment Day.
So if you're new to the show, where you been?
Word.
First of all, but the other thing is we're still getting used to the new intro, which I like, but it don't give us no time. You know, we done got used to that 2 minutes.
Yeah, this thing go like Sonic. Like, oh, hey, everybody. How's it going?
Right. So if you're new to the show, Brother Empowerment is a show designed to help our brothers and their families to break through without breaking. This is not one of those bashing shows, but it is an opportunity to engage in a healthy conversation and hope that something that is discussed will help our brothers, their family, or someone they're connected to make a positive impact, positively change their life, but most importantly, to help them break through without breaking. Before we get to our special guest, bro,
yes,
how was your week? I feel like I ain't seen you or talked to you in like a month of Sundays.
Yeah, man. This we've been talking, but yeah, man. This week has been like it's been trying, man. Like there's just been a lot of stuff going on, and I just like, man. I know I've said this a couple times before, but man, I just been getting thrown some roundhouse kicks, some hooks, man. And it's really been taking it to me. Life has really been taking it to me. I'll put it that way. But it's, hey man, I just gotta roll with it and just do the best that I can, But the great thing about it is that Thursdays is always an upbeat because we're here on the show. And also this Saturday is my mom's promotion ceremony for her military career. Yeah, my mom got promoted she picked up captain, and she's putting on those bars this Saturday. So it's going to be a glorious occasion. And also, one of my childhood friends is going to be there. He's coming into town. So it's just going to be a lot of love and a lot of just family, a lot of good stuff in the building, man. So it's going to be picking it up. But yeah, man, it's been rough lately, bro, but I'm getting through. How about you, man?
Whew. I feel that because I've been having some rough days. A lot more than I'm used to. But I feel like I had a friend who said that it seemed like the Father is exposing and taking me to revisit things that I didn't maybe pay attention to or maybe didn't see. But he's definitely like exposing things to me. So I'm trying to look at it that way, like maybe it's a journey. It's not a step backwards. It's really a step forward, but I need to see certain things maybe.
Right. Yeah.
And so whatever it is, I know I'm tired and I didn't sign up for this. And it's funny because every time I feel like a little discouraged, and a lot of times when you're an entrepreneur and you got businesses and things like that, you wonder if you're making an impact. And it just so happened all of the brothers from the committee, because a lot of people don't know Brother Empowerment started with a Brother Empowerment committee. I ended up speaking to all of them from Thursday to yesterday. They all just randomly checked in, and that felt good.
Yeah.
And then yesterday I got a message from one of our friends who lives in Belarus but was relocated because of the Ukrainian and Russian war. And he had on a Love is a Parable shirt, and he said, I wear this shirt. I feel safe in this shirt.
Yeah.
And so at 5:30 in the morning, I'm bawling because you sitting here wondering if you're making an impact at a local level, and here it is international. Somebody is really going through something, and the impact is there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man.
Okay. So that is definitely it. And I'm in Finding Patience, the musical. So they got your big boy, your big middle-aged boy that's going to need bifocals soon. They got him hopping and jumping around. Then I had gout in my big toe. Look at me. I'm just going through all senior living in a week. So yeah, those are the things that's been going on in my life. But enough about me. Let's get to our guest. Yes. Tell the people who you are, who you be, who you is.
Hi there, everyone in Love is a Parable and Brothers Empowerment family. I am Coach Billie C. I am a vibrant, bold, outspoken, outgoing spirit, first of all. And if you want to know what I do, I'm not going to be rude to say Google me, but what I really do is help people take their vision, marry to their purpose, and get stuff done. That's what we do. That's what we're doing. We're helping you, take that God-given vision that you have and manifest it out in the world in a big way and pay it forward. Every day, all day.
And you have a podcast?
Yes, I do have a look. Let me tell y'all something about this podcast. I have a podcast. It's evergreen. I do shows when I feel like it. I'm not one to why y'all laughing? I'm not one to just put content out just to have content out there. The podcast that's up is actually chronological, so it's something that can help you over and over and over, and you will revisit because we talk about purpose and vision and just living in this world and being women in this world and doing life great. So if you go back and listen to it, you're gonna have to go back again because there are a lot of exercises, and we also are reintroducing our online academy. It's Joyful Coaching Institute, and so we'll get to that, later on. Excellent. And we'll have some pay what you want. I say pay what you want, pay the value you see courses and content.
Awesome. Yeah. And so definitely give us the link so they can go check you out. We'll put it in the comments. Yes. You can put it, send it to us.
The link is Coach Billie Teach. Hold up. Hello, Coach Billie C. .com.
There you go. There you go. So, bro, we got special guests. Our guests. Who we got viewing with us?
Okay, so hello, beautiful people. So we have Kenya out in LinkedIn land. Okay,
hey!
Hold it down for us. I think she might actually be the first person from you. LinkedIn land
outside of me.
Yeah, yeah. So hey, Kenya, we got Jason Keenan in the building. He said he's back. What's going on, man?
Hey, Jason, I miss you, man.
We got Lenora from Lenora Pours in the building. Hey, Lenora.
That's how we met Coach Billie C.
Oh, yes.
Remember we was at her event.
You're right. You're exactly right. Oh, she said congrats on mom. Thank you, Lenora. I'll pass that on to her. We got Sean from YouTube land. What's going on, Sean, man?
Hey, my brother.
Hey. So we got Sherry. What's going on, Sherry?
Hey, Sherry.
On the new addition to the family.
Yep, she got a healthy baby boy named Baby J.
Yep, congrats to you and Rodnick.
Rodney.
Yeah,
that's my brother.
I said Rodnick.
Right. Wrong brother.
We got Big Sis Tara in the building. What's going on, sis?
Hey, sister.
Yeah, we got Kim in the building. What's going on, Kim? And so we got some comments. So so King said, sounds like he's aligning in growth to me or healing and growth to me. I'm not sure what she's about.
Yeah. Well, he need to let me know.
Jason said storms don't always come to destroy our path, but rather to clear the path before us. Oh, okay. All right.
He would say that as a yard man.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Laura said that's amazing. Every time it's crazy. Every time we start, sometimes that we doubt the work, something comes and says, hey, look, nah, you got to keep going because this is happening. And then she said, love the introduction. Yes. Word.
Yeah. For a lot of people that don't know, we have went through we keep going through these weird metamorphoses and changes where we're changing Love is a Parable to be clearly more intentional about what we are about. And we went through these different phases, and it seemed like we went through another one. And one of those things was Brother Empowerment is doing its own thing, but we need to make sure it fit with what Love is a Parable is about. And one of our things is to incite reflective storytelling. And Brother Empowerment is essentially that. And so instead of having these fancy intros, we needed to go back to the core and have the people who make Brother Empowerment a part of it because it's their story. And we're going to continue to brand in a way that we're more intentional about why we're here, what it is that we do. So you guys will continue to see those things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Roger
That's a
came
limit.
on. Look, baby J Daddy came on.
What's up, Roderick, man?
Oh goodness. So Coach, what we do this season is we just share our thoughts on some quotes that are randomly selected.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're gonna love to hear what Coach Billie C gonna give the people.
Yep.
The people.
Don't see.
The people. The humanoids, the humans.
Yes.
You ready? You ready?
Mm-hmm. I stay ready.
Okay. I've chosen to be happy because it's good for my health. Voltaire.
Oh, yeah,
Voltaire.
Voltaire. What we got?
Well, we got basically what he said. I've chosen. That's a key word. Chosen. Happiness is a choice. How we feel, what we do, how we respond and react in this world, that's a choice all day long. You know, sometimes you hear people say, they made me, or this made me feel this way. Or, no, you chose to react that way. So it really is, like you say, it's a choice, and it is good for your health, your wealth, your well-being, all that stuff. Your mental, emotional, psychological, all of it.
Yeah, well, I don't want to be echoing, but I feel the same way. This speaks to me because, like I said, like I said earlier when I was talking about how things have been going. You know, it's been a rough, actually, couple of weeks. And I found myself, you know, in a real frustrated and sad state of mind, state of being. And today, before I actually came here to do the show, I was sitting down, getting something to eat, and I was realizing, I was like, you know, I need to pick myself up out of this because, you know, willfully being in this place is going to do nothing but just make it worse. You know, choosing to be in a place of positivity, a place of happiness, you know, that's like is good for your health, because stress is a body killer, it's a mind killer, it's really a killer of a lot of things. And so that is just as simple as that quote is. It is so much packed into that, because when you choose to be happy and you choose to really be in a positive space, I think that you keep yourself open to good things and positivity. And when you do the opposite, you essentially keep yourself in a state of negativity and despair. And so what can you expect to come from that aside from the same stuff?
That's good.
Yeah, and I guess I was looking at it kind of the same way, but uniquely, like I chose my health, so I chose to be happy. Yeah. And I think that's something that I'm working on myself, because I am one of those individuals that have sacrificed myself for so many things, so many people. And I need to get to a place where I'm okay with self-indulgence. And that's been hard for me, because, you know, you start to feel guilty about it. And even though you shouldn't feel guilty, you still do. And so it wears on you when you know that you should be doing something for yourself and you still put someone or something before it. So I chose my health, you know, so it's good to be happy. So that's how I looked at it. Like, and that's going to bring me happiness. And this is good for me. Like, we don't realize that, like, taking care of yourself is really good for yourself.
Yes.
You know?
It is essential, Jay. It is essential to your well-being, taking care of yourself. And I like how you said, I'm choosing me. That's what you're saying. I'm choosing my health. And unfortunately, we live in a world where we've been taught differently, and it's hard to unlearn these things. You know, once it's put into your subconscious, it's there. So we believe that we are to put everything else before us. And if we're not putting people before us and our kids, and I said our kids before us, our spouse, our friends, everything, our job, you know, before us, then we are being selfish. And self-care and caring about yourself is not selfish. We are the greatest creations in the world because we are created by the greatest creator. And at the end of the day, not taking care of yourself is not taking care of that relationship too, that spiritual relationship. So you are going to be unhealthy, and you're not going to be well in any area of your life. So I like how you said, I am choosing my health. I choose me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we got some comments. Let me see. Yes, sure. You still trying to claim out her baby? The baby itself, Sherry got a video of the baby talking. The baby told Sherry that his name is Baby J, but Sherry still refused. I'm just saying. Tara says she chooses to have woosah moments. Yeah, and my phone boothing is my woosah moment. Yes, goodness. Lenore said, yes, happiness is a choice and is our birthright, per Coach Billie C.
That's right.
Uh-huh. That was good. You ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
We made it through it. Let me see what time it is. Yep, we're doing good. Got this one, bro?
Yeah. By changing nothing, nothing changes. Tony Robbins, author and philanthropist.
Yes. By changing nothing, nothing changes. And it is what it is. If you choose not to adjust, shift, and make those changes, nothing around you will change. We can try to change people. We can do all these things on the outside, externally, to try to make things the way that we want them or have things the way that we want them. But it begins inside of you. It really does. That's where the change is. The change is going to start with you.
Yeah.
People come and they say, oh, I'm tired of my boss. I'm tired of my kids. I'm tired of this. I'm sick of that. I want all these things to change, but I don't need to change.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? You don't change, it stays the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rashia said people can only try to influence the way you feel. Make the choice, choose happiness.
Yes.
Right, Booski. Right.
Come on.
Agreed. And I think that that's the hardest thing. Like, you can be tired of something, or something can be an irritant, but you really ain't tired of it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Something can be uncomfortable, but you really ain't tired of it yet, because when you truly tired, a change is gonna come.
Oh yeah.
A change is gonna happen, and before you know it, you done shifted a whole bunch of things in your life. And I think that a lot of people don't realize, like, the strength in that change came from the strength of you restraining yourself to that change. Because sometimes we will hold ourselves in an unhealthy situation in hopes that it will get better, versus just letting it go. And so when we finally let it go, it's like we pull strength from, like, I don't know where we get that strength from, because now it becomes a fight, because the very thing we're releasing could have killed us.
Yeah.
And we don't think about it that way, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Tara said, realizing it is good for health makes happiness a priority. Before it was a frivolous state.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good, Tara. I really like that. And like I said again, I always go back to learned behaviors and things we've been taught, because we've all heard it. You weren't created to be happy. I don't know who told that lie or started that lie, but that's a lie. It's straight from the pits of hell. It is a lie, and it is something to keep you in bondage to people, to things, to other things outside of yourself.
I feel like I thought you was about to preach. I was about to, I'm about to scoot on back.
No, I had to pull it back. I looked at the time. I said, we got time. I'm pulling on back.
I thought you was about to lean on your help, and I was about to say, okay, well, you can have it. Look, we got some of our friends on. What's going on, Charles?
What's going on, Charles? In YouTube land, holding it down.
Tara.
Yep. What's going on, Tara?
Hey, Tara. She was on last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
Last week, and amazing. We're gonna bring her back too.
Yeah.
Lenora said that is so true. Change starts on the inside.
Yeah.
And she also said, when you are truly tired, a change will happen. And Roger said he liked that. I think he talking about he liked the fact that the baby name is Jay. And she said hashtag let it go.
Yeah.
And then Tara said, I think sometimes we think of change as something big. And sometimes it's the smallest thing that we change that can make a difference. I'm gonna come back to that because it's something I wanted to say. Jason said, for the more evolved individual, your reaction is the outcome of an interaction. But we have to understand that not all are as evolved enough to understand and receive that message. So we navigate our path of information to ensure we are inviting to others into our world of redirection. Come on.
Come on now.
You have him and Tara on the show together. Just think about it. Change is a choice. This can make you happy. Ain't this the Mr.
Oh, what's going
this
on?
The Mr. C. This the Mr. C. Mr. M-I-S-T-E.
Stop it, Jay.
And Tara said, by changing something, something changes. Folks think it has to be a total overhaul or huge move. Little alterations have an impact too. Yeah. Kind of saying the same thing that Tara was saying. Tara and Tara. And that was, I'm gonna tell you when mine happened. The first time I understood it was when I assumed a leadership role for one of the universities that I worked for. And I was so caught up in doing things right and making sure my reputation stayed what it was. And an older gentleman who was my peer, he said, you gotta learn the power of okay. He said, if you agree with it, okay. If you don't agree with it, okay, because it ain't gonna change nothing. So why are you upset about it? And when he taught me that okay, that started that whole process for me. Because one thing about Jay gonna say what he gonna say, he gonna do what he gonna do, and he already. It was back in the 80s. It was a song, and he say, and I counted up the cost. And that's what I think about. Like, I count up the cost of already, I done calculated the outcome, and I'm okay with whatever that outcome is, because being me, I can't put a price tag on that.
Right.
And we sell ourselves out so much in the process that we forget how much value we truly contain, and that value is in a choice to choose me.
Yes.
Oh, that what she said by changing. Okay, we just did that one. And then Shay, what's going on, Shay?
Hello, hey Shay.
Hey.
YouTube land. We can
Hey.
People hold it down from YouTube land.
Them my friends.
Yeah.
Homies. We don't know what you're talking about. Just commenting and we don't know. Was you gonna add anything to it?
No, you guys really covered that. I mean, if you want change, like, you have to change. So, I mean, you can't expect nothing to come from nothing, or nothing comes from nothing. So if you want change, but there's nothing that you're going to do to really kind of facilitate that change, you can't be mad at the result when you get nothing. It's kind of like, times in anything or divide anything by zero. You're going to get that. If you put zero in, you're going to get zero out.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was a nice way of saying, like, just stop all that complaining. Like, because a lot of times people say that they don't like something, but they're in it. So it's like, you do like it.
You love it.
You're struggling to admit that you like it. And they forget that misery loves company. So if that is the case, and you're miserable, you like being in a miserable situation. Hey, misery. And a lot of people don't look at it that way, but it is, because if you don't like something, you won't be around it. You'll be ready to let it go, but you can't tell people that, because they already know, especially those who give you advice about being in a miserable situation, but they want to get out of the miserable situation, and they tell you they don't like it, and you tell them, well, leave, and they be like, I tried that. What you mean you tried to leave?
Just what they said, Jay.
Oh, okay. So look, moving along. Yep. That was a good one. Okay. You got it?
Yeah, you can, you should, and if you're brave enough to start, you will.
Ooh.
Stephen King.
The Scary Man writer, he wrote that.
Well, you heard what he said. You can, you should, and if you're brave enough to start, you will.
Yeah.
And it still goes. That goes back to I'm still on the change. That still goes back to being willing to do what you have to do to change. And he brings bravery up, but sometimes you're not brave. Sometimes you are scared. And I tell people, do it afraid, do it anyway. If you know that's what you want to do, and you know you have the ability to do it, do it. Stop waiting on other folks. Do what you got to do. I'm off Stephen King now because he went somewhere else with that being brave stuff. I'm like, sometimes people don't have the confidence. The confidence comes in the doing. The being brave, the bravery is built in the doing. But when you know there's something for you to do, you should do it and stop asking everybody else. Because see, that's a whole nother thing. We know we can, we know we should be doing it. Then we got to ask all these other folks to get the cosign.
And I think that that's his point, though.
Yeah,
I think that in this case, brave is like synonymous with courage.
Courage, yeah.
So a lot of people don't realize that just because you brave to do something, you still can be scared.
Yes, Lord. Every day.
That's what makes the doing is what makes you brave, like committed to it. But you're like, I'm scared.
Just jump out and you jump out there and you do it and you hope for the best. You know, that's it. You jump out there, you do it, and you hope for the best.
And I will say this though, a lot of people are afraid to be themselves and are afraid to like. It's like people introduce themselves like they're stepping into the pool. They put a little toe in instead of just like, because most of the frustration and most of the miserableness comes from you not being 100% yourself.
Yeah.
So when you get tired of violating yourself, you will just be it because violating yourself makes you miserable.
It does.
And it invites, and it is an invitation for people to connect with that broken, miserable you. And so you wonder, like, why do I keep attracting the same type of people? And we're not just talking about romantic relationships. We're talking about platonic relationships as well. We're talking about professional relationships. It's like, why do I keep attracting people? Because they know that, like, oh, this is a hospital.
Well, yeah, that's the energy that you have. Yeah, that's the energy that you have, Jay. We attract what we are. See, people don't want to believe that, but you do. Because when I was broken, I used to attract people that always needed help. Like you say, felt like a hospital. I'm like, and then you start saying, then you get into that negative mindset where you're saying, well, people are leeching off of me, but that's what you're giving them.
Ooh.
I'm like, that's what you're giving them. So they're like, oh, this is a safe place for me to come and land. Oh, they're going to protect me. They're going to do this for me. They're going to allow me to dump all of my stuff.
It is funny because I lost a friend behind that. The friend was making the wife, and they're still married, but we're not really friends. We're not friends no more. But I speak. I'm like, hey, well, he's not my friend. I'm still his friend because I don't care. But I realized that what he was doing was making his wife crazy. Yes. Doing things to make her crazy, but then playing it off like, I don't know what is going on. And I'm like, dude, it's you. And so there are some people that it made him feel more of a man to create this codependency from his wife, to have his wife dependent on him, to need him. So he would sabotage certain things and have her think that she's going crazy so she can depend on him. And I told him, man, you ain't a real man. And he got mad, but I told him, like, what you're doing is going to catch up to you. And then I realized that is actually a common thing where people, you talk about attracting, they purposely attract patients so that they can feel important in people's lives. So they want to be that savior, that hero to a lot of people. So they purposely seek out these weak people, weak-minded people, these people that are disabled or hurting, these people that need something so that they can feel important. And that's a dangerous person.
It is. And if it feels a need in you, whether it's that motive or a different motive, it still fulfills some need. I know we got off topic on this, but if it feels some need in that person.
Yeah.
And it takes a very self-aware person to be aware of that. But you come into that. I tell people, you don't wake up like that. You know, people ask me, Coach Billy, how you always so happy and stuff. I wasn't always so happy. I had to learn to be happy. I had to learn to choose happiness. I had to get out of negativity. You know, I was married to somebody that was a gaslighter. And because he was my first husband, because he was so charismatic, it always seemed like it was me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people think it's you. They think you the crazy one. Even when they trying to take you with their commander to the hospital to have you committed while you got your lasagna in the oven at the house. But that's a whole nother story. See, people, I done lived some life. And I went in there and said, talk to the psychiatrist real nice. He told him to leave me the hell alone. And I came on back to my house and took my little lasagna out the oven and we ate dinner. And we had it was real interesting. That was an interesting 16 years.
Wow.
Oh.
Of my life. But I had to decide to change, Jay. I had to decide to make the changes, you know, because I'm steady. We're going to counseling. You're waiting for this person to change. You're waiting for this person to do something so you can be happy. And I had to just snatch my happiness back and snatch myself back too. And say, enough is enough. We're not doing this. This is not what we're gonna do.
That's real good.
Yeah.
Tara said yes, but we don't know she said yes to because we switched this conversation like 50 different ways.
We switched up on y'all.
It's all right. We was going left and right. She said yes, he will. Yes, he will. Jason said any change in personal direction and understanding is a movement towards progress. Dialogue is progressive. Yes.
Yes.
Shay said sometimes we are scared to get
to come out.
Sometimes we're scared to come out our comfort zone being miserable. We got to get uncomfortable with being comfortable.
Yes.
Yep. And I would definitely will say that I identify with that because I've said before on the show, I look at all the biggest strides I made in my life, and it was when I jumped out of, when I jumped out of the comfortable plane without a parachute and just said, I'm diving into uncomfortable. And that's when I made the biggest strides of my life. And so, that's one thing that, and that's one thing that I think that is true. People talking about, just being in your comfort zone all the time is not good for you, because you get comfortable with a lot of things, negative and positive, and you get comfortable with, unfortunately, sometimes stagnation, and stagnation, while it can be comfortable, is inherently negative.
And I guess I feel like we need to clarify because it's some people that confuse like eluding or avoiding is progression and growth, and that's not
right.
No, it's not.
Some people will avoid things that are uncomfortable. And they find comfort in avoiding, and they act as if they're being progressive. Like they're like, I choose my happiness, positive vibes only. All of those are really, all of those are really just facades to what is really happening there. Like there's some people say, I'm gonna be me, but they can't be themselves in all situations. So they avoid certain situations and they avoid certain conversations or they avoid certain confrontations. And that's not the same thing that we're talking about. We're talking about doing things that are organically a part of you that you've denied. And for whatever reason, you denied it and you finally choose to be organically yourself, not an individual who's avoiding things and talking and then put it under the guise of I'm choosing me. Because there's people that do that.
Yes.
Let's see. Shay says sometimes I felt like it moved or something. Didn't seem like it moved. Okay. So yeah, I definitely like that. And I think that you should. And I think a lot of people don't realize the things that are within you that you can do.
Yeah.
And the things that are in you that you should be doing because no one is created like you.
Yes.
It may be several similar people. Coach Billie C, you already know there are several life coaches.
Yep.
Yes.
But there's only one Coach
There's
Billie
only one
C.
thing.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like Lenora is a life coach too.
It sure is.
Lenora is a people builder.
Yep.
Yes.
You the happy
She's a
coach.
people builder. I like it. She's a people builder and I'm a seed sower. That's how that works.
Right.
Yep.
So it's so many different things that happen. And that's what I just did a talk with another organization yesterday. And I talked about value-based leadership.
Yep.
And I was in the presence of people who talk about leadership, but I'm not taking away from what you're doing. I'm adding a component to what you're doing. And we can all eat and we can all do this together. And I don't think people realize, like, it may be similar, but similar don't mean same.
Right.
But can I say add something to that, Jay? Just what you're saying. And like you said, you're talking to these people about that. And it's so important that we understand. I hope you guys heard what he said, because we're all interconnected. We're all connected regardless. I don't have to know any of these people in the feed or anywhere else, but we're all interconnected in this world. Everything that we do, we're not doing it alone. We need each other. Lenora and I have done things together. We've done events together. Lenora has been a client. I've attended her events. You know, we work together because there's something that she can give people that I can't. She's going to say the same thing, just like all three of us are talking right now. We're reading these quotes. Each one of us is going to say something that's going to resonate with that person that we're supposed to touch. And I think that's what another thing that people worry about, Jay. They want to please everybody. They want everybody to like them. Well, guess what, boo? Everybody's not going to like you. Everybody not supposed to like you. You're not here to please everybody. You're here to serve those people who have been appointed to you for this time.
Yeah.
In this place.
Yep.
And it's enough for everybody because they got Walmart, CVS, Bright Aid, and all these drugstores right here in Hope Mills. They're all on the same corner. Guess what? Ain't nobody gone out of business. Everybody working.
Right.
Well, Rite Aid gone out of business because they got bought by somebody else. But you know, everybody working and selling them drugs and everything else they sell up in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So we need to develop the right. It's developing the right attitude. Quit having scarcity mindset and thinking somebody gonna take something from you. They can't take nothing from you because what you have is unique to your spiritual DNA. It is unique to you.
Yeah. Tara say, I'm confident in everything God has designed for me.
Say that.
Say that.
That's good. And I was going to say, like, sometimes people may like you. They just may not like being around you because of what you interrupt in them.
They sure don't.
So they'd be like, yeah, so you might, if you worry about how people respond to things, they may come back to you 2 years later and was like, listen, it wasn't you. You was pushing me.
I was going through
right.
something. I was going through something.
You was pushing something out of me that I wasn't ready to let go of. And it happens a lot.
Yes.
Matter of fact, me and your cousin the same way. He avoids me, but at the same time, he come, and then when he finally took the Love is a Parable class, he was like, man, he said, you my Buddha.
Yeah.
So that's like an inside joke, but sometimes people are just uncomfortable with your light, and it has nothing to do with anything except that you're shining a light on a dark area in their life that they're not ready to let go of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was good.
I like that.
Yeah.
And it came from Stephen King. You know my favorite movie about Stephen King?
But he has one of the greatest creative minds.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, because his stuff scare me because it'd be like stuff that can kind of be true.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
My favorite movie by him is Rose Red.
Oh, that and Jay.
Huh?
That thing I have you going through.
Right.
All his movies are, you're right. His mind.
His books are really good.
His books are amazing.
Yes.
He said that it's kind of unrelated, but he said, a rough draft for any, a novel. He was like, it should only take 3 months. And I was just like, what? He was like, yeah, if it takes any more than 3 months, something's wrong. I'm like, this dude writes whole robust novels. And he's like, yeah, it shouldn't take you more than 3 months. I was like,
maybe he meant uninterrupted.
I don't know, man.
But you know what?
Because us people who got stuff going on, we be like, sir, when?
But you know what? He has trained himself. He has trained himself to be open, to be open to all of creation and to be open to all of creativity.
Yeah.
And that's it's a difficult thing to do, an untrained mind. I tell people an untrained mind is just something else anyway. And most of us are operating with that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, because that's what I do a lot of mindset mastery too, and you know, self-mastery. So it's a lot of us are dealing with untrained minds and living with these untrained minds. So it's very difficult. So when you're talking about somebody like Stephen King, I just look at him. He's an exception to, you know, he's an exception to the rule.
Yeah.
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 Let me see one more comment before. Everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
Yep. Like Baby J.
Baby J.
Baby J. We got time for one more. Y'all ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
The garden of love is green without limit and yields many fruits other than sorrow or joy. Love is beyond either condition. Without spring, without autumn, it is always fresh. Rumi.
I like that.
The garden of love is green without limits, where there are no limits on love. Love encompasses all. You don't mean
that?
Other than
I should have thought of that.
What?
I said I wasn't thinking of that. That's dope there.
Yeah, the first part of that quote where it says the garden of love is green without limit.
Yeah.
That just leads me to really what we talk about here at the organization and what we practice as far as love being a something that heals and also brings people together, and also that can accomplish so many other things. And being that if we had more of it, there would be no limit to what we could accomplish if there was more of just in the world, you know, and within people. So yeah, it really reminds me of Love is a Parable. Really, it reminds me this quote reminds me of the organization and what
I like that. I like that. Yeah, because love encompasses everything, and people don't realize that. You know, when what our true objective is and what our true purpose is love.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, because love is creation. Love is the creator. Love for me is God. Whatever you want to call it, the universe, and you know, he has many other names. I'm just saying, I'm being honest, because I work with people from all faiths and no faith, and they all over. So it's, you know, it's like love covers everything. Love is everything. We are the greatest expression of love. But you know, and somewhere it got lost in the fallen state of man, and we keep thinking that we're still in that state, but we're not. That's where it comes back to that mindset and that right-mindedness and retraining our minds and our consciousness. You know, I'm not talking about the brain. The brain is an organ in itself. I'm talking about your consciousness.
Yeah.
Retraining that and learning to accept that we are just pure love. If we could just do that and be that, there are no seasons. There is no beginning. There is no ending. There's nothing in between that, except for what we placed there. We put all this stuff into the world, you know, the sorrow and the joy, the hurt, the pain, all of these things.
Yeah.
Even in that, when we have love, it's amazing. It is just amazing. That's all I can say. It's just amazing. It's amazing when you show up how people are towards you. The garden of love is green without limit. I just love the first part of that. Room is deep anyway, but I love the first part of that. Just without limit, because it's limitless.
Yep, exactly.
You can never use it up.
Yeah. It was that's what I said too. I like the beginning and the end, but hold on one second. Shay said, scratch the get.
From her previous comment.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then she said, that's how it works, Lenora. And then Tara said, took me 2 years to write my first book.
Now look at you got like 4 of them.
I don't know how many you got.
Maybe more. Excuse me if I got the number wrong.
It took me 10 years to write my first book. 4 years to write the second one. Yeah. So, 2 years to write the third one. So yeah, it does. It depends. I think that when you're open to a process, sometimes you have to be sensitive to that and allow it to happen within its season, because you can prematurely write something and it end up being the very thing you didn't want out there because it was a premature thought. And a lot of us vomit our thoughts versus spending time with them, and we have undeveloped revelation that we're exposing to people, and we prematurely state things when we really should spend time with some of the things that we were given. So I definitely agree with that. Yes, baby J. But the garden of love is green without limits. It's like it's an evergreen. So I love that because it's saying no matter what season you're going through, love remains. And I think that that's the part that people forget. Like, we abandon love, but love doesn't abandon us. And every time you return to love, it renews you. It's always fresh. It's always green without limits. It will never change on you. It will never turn brown on you. And every time you revisit it, it's always fresh. And I think that that's the thing that we forget is we will leave love, and love will be in the distance of our lives, and we will treat love as if it abandoned us or neglected us. But all love is saying return. If you return to love, love will return to you, and it renews you over and over again.
Over and over again.
Hey
Karen.
Hey Karen.
Hey Karen. Hi, Miss Karen.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know.
Okay, we was like, who? Hey Karen. She said, watching. Oh wow.
We got one more.
We may have one more, but I really like this book. We got one more. I'm shocked. Hold on, we done made it through 4.
Yeah, it's a record.
We doing good.
Record.
Okay, go.
A ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. John A. Shedd, author and professor.
Ooh,
come on now.
What you got, Coach?
Oh no, I got excited for a minute. Let me see. I need to get in myself.
Hey, Miss Karen.
A ship in harbor. They say a ship in harbor is safe, but this is not what ships are built for. And you are not built to just sit wherever you are doing whatever it is that you're not doing.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, somebody waiting on you. If the ship is just sitting there, what's happening to the people, the mission, or whatever it is that's supposed to be happening out there? We're built. Know this, you are built for whatever it is you're going through in your life, even in struggles. You are built for that. You have everything that you need inside of you. But the bad part is that we have forgotten who we are and what we are. When children are born into this world, they are so pure and they know who they are. They accept who they are, their little witty ways and all of that, until somebody look at them and say, what?
Don't do that.
Are you not?
Then I start to doubt myself. We put that on people. But that ship in the harbor is safe. I like that. People think they safe, but you're not safe. You are a dead man or dead woman walking or sitting, sleeping, hiding, avoiding, all that stuff Jay was talking about before. Because that is not what you're built for. Like I say, somebody needs you.
Yeah, that quote makes me think of a couple things. It makes me think of purpose. It makes me think of idleness. And it makes me think of your comfort zone.
Yes.
You know, it makes me think of all those things, because when it's docked at a harbor, I mean, that's a comfortable space, and it's a space that, you know, a lot of people will be comfortable in. But when you're used to traveling or moving in your purpose, or you're used to getting out of your comfort zone so you can progress, that reminds me of, you know, the captains in movies that are like, why are we still here? It's time to go, but we just got back. It's time to go back out there. We got treasure to go get. We got you know, whatever. We got people to go do whatever. Like, we have stuff to do. Sitting here, we're not doing those things. So get up and let's go. So it makes me think of all those things. But yeah, this is a great quote. I love this.
It is, and it kind of stepped on my toes because that's one of my regrets in my 40s is that I feel like I played it too safe. And so there are some things that I do regret, and that's not taking a lot of those risks. And you think about like some of us who are older, how your grandma used to have that plastic on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it was protecting the couch, but no one really got a chance to experience the couch.
Right.
So when grandma died or when grandma moved on, that couch never lived.
Mm-hmm.
We never got a chance to experience that. And a lot of us are like that couch. We are safe. We look great. You know, we appear to have it going on, but we're unfulfilled because we never fully became or did the things that we were created to be and do.
Yes.
And so that's one of the things that we really have to focus on. Like, are you playing it safe? Like a lot of people say that they're stepping out on faith, but what you're doing is stepping out on calculated moves that you know will yield a positive result. And that's not faith. That's being strategic. Faith is stepping out in the unknown. And a lot of them refuse to do that, refuse to move and then they will make excuses. And all these excuses are putting the plastic back on. Well, I have kids, or well, I got to help take care of my mama, or I got to help take care of my auntie. We keep making excuses, but what it is we're creating a safe space to protect us, but we're not really protecting ourselves because we're dying on the inside because we are not being what we were created to be. And we got to stop playing it safe.
It's an illusion.
Yeah.
Jay, everything you just said, I was thinking it. And I'm like, that it's an illusion that we create for ourselves. Like you say, this safe space. And I'm okay. And we keep telling ourselves that I'm okay. I'm okay. But on the inside, you know you're not okay because you know there's something that you want to do. You have all these crazy ideas and these visions, and you're not living in alignment with your values either. But you're still saying, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And what complicates it is they have built relationships off of this illusion of themselves.
Yes.
And so they get these people to validate them, and they'll be like, oh, well, I know Cordell. And it'd be like, that ain't really Cordell, though. But because they feel like I've known this person, this facade for 20 or 30 years, you assume that you know the purpose of that person and you miss it.
And you miss it.
Tara said, stop holding back your gifts.
Yes.
She said it twice for us. And then Shay said she received that. Sherry, shut up. Shut up, Sherry. Roderick said, a ship is built to help someone make it to their destination.
Yes.
We have to use our gifts and purpose to do the same. We are ships.
That's right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Man,
That's
I can't
right.
wait to Roderick, like, preach, because that joker there, man, that's the silent storm right there. I can't wait for the day. Sherry, shut up. Shut up, Sherry. Karen said, don't live a life of regret.
Yeah.
That's right, Miss Karen.
Yep.
And then she said, that's right. You know you're not okay. And then Sherry said, quit messing with, shut up, Sherry. Wow.
Yeah.
Coach, we almost at this time.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
Knocking on the door, the other,
it's just like zoomed away.
Yeah. But that's dope though. We got through 5.
We got through 5. So
we got through 5. That's that synergy. We got through 5.
Yeah. It's a couple of that last one about that. Ooh, love is a garden that's evergreen. I mean, that's green without limits.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know which, if that one or this
one, the ship one
was the perfect one to end on. Both of them. The ship one, I think, was the best one to end on. And that was perfect right there.
It was a gentle slap to the face.
Yeah.
Like when they had the duels with
like pull it out. That's exactly what it was. Well, Coach, this is the time where we do what is called Positive Brother Shout Out, which is an opportunity to shout out those brothers who are making positive impact. Some who may not even often get recognized, but we definitely want to let them know we appreciate and love what they got going on. So who you got, Coach?
Well, first off, I have my Mr. Walter Jerome Crutcher Sr.
Yeah.
And I love you, Mister. And then my little brother who has made so many changes in his life. Big shout out to big boy Jamie Lee Brown. He has really really, really changed his life. And I'm so proud of you. And then to Reverend, well, he says Pastor Jeffries, for always just being there and being a mentor to us, and just being that he's like this quiet little pastor, but he has so much wisdom and we just love him.
Good shout out. Hey,
yes. Shout out to all those brothers.
Husband, pastor, and brother.
Shout out to all those brothers.
Thank you for all the positive things you're doing. So, bro, who you got?
Oh, so I want to shout out to, first and foremost, I want to shout out to my Uncle Jasper. My Uncle Jasper helped me with my fridge that I bought for the house. And he actually went, because I don't own a truck or anything that can haul anything. So he actually went, him and my cousin, his son, and another brother that he works with, they went to Best Buy and got the fridge for me and, you know, put it in the house and took the old one because he collects stuff like that and put it in. And like, fridge is great. But it's great to, my point in saying that is, it's great to have, whether it be family members or acquaintances, it's great to have men in your life that really, you know, that can help you and, you know, don't mind doing it, you know? And so I want to shout out Uncle Jasper just because it was going to be a whole lot of moving and shaking and probably some money rolling out to get that if I had to do it myself. So I want to shout out to Uncle Jasper. And then outside of that, I do want to shout out just all the brothers that have been, you know, Jay shouts out, you know, his rocks, you know, all the time. But I want to shout out my rocks, you know, today. You know, of course, Jay, you know, Jay and I talk.
I'm a boulder.
Okay. But Jay and I talk. Yes, you are, bro. But not. I want to shout out, you know, just my boulders, you know, in my life, you know. Jay and I talk almost every day. Ricky, the Beard, Uncle Marcus, you know, Keon, even my Uncle Kermit, you know, just people that I can really just talk to and just let it flow. And there's no, hey man, I ain't ready for that right now. It's just, man, hey man, how you doing? And if I am too like timid with it, hey man, just get it out. Like, what's going on with you? So I want to shout out to my boulders, man. Like, I love y'all. And, you know, there are, I don't know what kind of limits would have been placed on my growth if I didn't have y'all in my life. So I definitely want to shout out my boulders, man. It sounds way better than rocks. You're right, bro. You're right.
You know, some people are little pebbles. I just wanted to make sure people know which type of rock I am.
But yeah, shout out to my boulders, yo, for real.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shout out first my cousin Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
Because we lost my mom's youngest sister like 3 days before her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't go for several different reasons. One, because I had gout in my toe and I couldn't drive. I couldn't put on the shoe. And my cousin is up there like handling things as if I was there with my mom. So definitely my cousin Patrick. And I really don't even talk about my cousin Patrick too much. And he's an amazing father. He's just an amazing person all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely appreciate him being there, you know, for my mom when I couldn't be there like I wanted to be. I want to give a shout out to the original, you know, Brother Empowerment, you know, committee, like Al Howard, Kevin, Ian,
yeah,
and Ty.
Yep.
And he recently got married too. It's like, brothers, like y'all came in right when I needed you guys. So I do thank you guys so much. A special shout out to Max, my friend over in Belarus. Well, now is it Istanbul or Istanbul?
I thought it was Istanbul, but I don't know.
You know, because you know, we like to add a little flavor to it. So I don't know. whichever way you pronounce it, that place.
Yeah.
He constantly in my thoughts and my prayers, man. You and your wife. I think about you and all of that. And then the ones who are always there for me, Sean. Thank you, Cordell. You know, my little mountain cliff. Thank you for being there all the time, you know, just hanging there. And my older brother, Rodney, he's always somebody I can call, somebody I can talk to. He even helped me do an awesome presentation today. I can't wait to see what comes from that. So thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. And Kerwin for coming in, and you know, Sean and Jason. Like, it's just so many amazing guys that we're connected to. You already said Ricky, and you already said Keon.
Yep.
It's just some dope guys out there that are not about that foolishness, that are really about progressing and advancing our just our community in that greater good. So I'm so grateful for these amazing brothers that we have in our lives. Roderick is one of them.
Yeah.
I just noticed, where's Harold, Lenora? So I'm going to check on Harold because he's another great one.
Yep.
It's just so many great people, and I'm so grateful for it. It's all right, Chanel. We miss you, but we love you, though.
What's going on, Chanel?
So all those brothers, just thank y'all. You just don't know how much you help our lives and all of that. And then my new brother that came on tonight, Charles, who's another amazing brother from Colorado. So it's a lot of dope people that we're just connected to, and I'm so grateful for all the negative people that just move out of our lives, because they made room for these nice, good people.
Yes.
That's gonna help us move. So thank you, negative people, for removing yourself and making room for the good people.
And I guess those folks are the storms that Jason was talking about earlier, that make way, that paved the way for.
I like to think they the poo in our lives that make great fertilizer.
Or
Great people to come up.
Okay, yep, or that.
Okay.
That poo. For the good people to come.
For the good people to shine right on through.
Right. Thank you for allowing the good people to blossom in our lives.
Came out of all that. Out of all that poo. Oh, look at you.
The good people. So definitely grateful for all of those. But anybody who's watching, if you feel like there's no one that love you or care about you, you just met 3 people that do. Tune in next week. Connect with us. Make sure you connect with Coach Billie C.
Yeah.
We're gonna make sure we put all of her contact information in the comments, and we're gonna keep it going. Coach, stay on. Everybody else, we'll see y'all next week.
A brother is someone that you can trust. A brother can sometimes be just a warming embrace, someone that you can depend on, and someone that has loyalty and that you show loyalty to.